wants to wear her dad's undies. That's what she wants to do. I don't judge anyone. If you want to wear them and I want to wear my lingerie, everyone can wear whatever they
Shannon,
want.
do you think she's disrespecting the sport? Because you mentioned Katie Taylor and the sort of trailblazers.
Oh, I just think I see people like Kate. Look, for example, May the 1st. You've got Katie Taylor, who has paved the way for women like me and her to be in this position, fighting Tasha Jonas. But they don't need to use another story to sell the fight because it's a good fight. You know, Tasha Jonas, she's a mum. She's a mum.
But we're not them.
Katie Taylor's an Olympian, a world champion, you know, so I want to almost have respect in that way. Like, this is a great fight because we're two very fiery women, not just by mouth but by fists. So let's talk about that. I don't want to disrespect it and talk about other things.
But you feel that's your personality and you're trying to do something different.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's who I am anyways. Like, I banter with the boys, I banter, like, that's it. Like, it's not hard. It's not like I'm trying to do anything different. I'm literally just being me. And being me is what's got me here. You know, being me and how I am and how I look and everything. And also my fight style, because if I couldn't fight, you know, like, you could tell pretty fast, like, if I can't punch or if I can't actually really fight, you know. So I think it's...
Hey guys, ring walks are soon, like really soon, like within like the next 5 minutes. So we're going to tell you how things are going to roll. We're not going to show you the fight, the full fight. Obviously, that's illegal. But we are legally able to show you real time highlights, brief fair use highlights in between rounds, some content in rounds. And also, yeah, you'll be able to listen in. And we're going to be scoring live. So they're actually about to do their ring walks now. And until they start, here we go.
It all plays a part.
So please, make sure you like the video, subscribe. That's important. You know, we're not doing this for our health. Here is how the card has gone so far. Pause it if you have to. And as you can see, Shannon Courtenay versus Ebanie Bridges is up next. And then it's going to be Savannah Marshall versus Maria Lindbergh. And then, of course, the main event, Conor Benn versus Sam Vargas. So once again, please like the video and subscribe. Yeah, we'll have highlights for you. So once again, this right here, this is all real time from the broadcast, but we can't show, obviously, the broadcast. So ring walks are coming up soon.
Saying that Katie Taylor and Tasha are a great fight, but yeah, they've got that. We don't. We get criticised all the time. When you first turned pro, all you got was criticised for your looks and for you getting where you are because of your looks.
We're going to get criticised because we haven't got the experience. That's why I want the respect on the fight.
When we fight, it will be. Do you know what I mean? Like, when we put on that good fight.
That's why I don't want anyone talking about anything else other than the fight when we can actually
put
on a good fight.
They're not going to watch because they don't care. They don't care. They're not going to watch.
Well then,
because we're not Tasha Jonas and we're not Katie Taylor.
That's not what I'm in the sport for.
Oh, then you're not going to get
I
money.
love boxing and I just want.
No, I don't like boxing.
No, I'm not saying that. You see, you get seen at the wrong angle.
Both of you love boxing, and both of you know a lot about boxing.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I know that boxing is entertainment business, and I know about promotion, and I know about sales and marketing, and I know about putting bums on the seats and getting people interested, and that's what I'm doing.
Well, there's no crowd anyway, so.
Yeah, but they're going to view, and then when we do get there with crowds, they're going to be more and more fans.
I hope your commentary is good.
How
about that?
Diverse people, not just your women's boxing fans, not that you die-hard women boxing fans.
So Shannon, you want more people to watch this fight?
Of course I do. I want as many people to tune in Saturday night
so by fighting
to see me
someone
winning.
with a character like this, we're going to draw, aren't we?
No, I said since day one, if this is what she wants to do, that's fine. I don't want to sell the fight for that like that. I want to sell it as a good fight. If Ebanie wants to do that and sell the fight in that way, good, because she's getting numbers from her behalf. But I'm saying I don't want to participate in talking about that. Do you know what I mean? I want to talk about it's a world title fight, and it's going to be a great fight. That's what.
But we do. We talk about that as well. We talk about both. So we're getting both angles.
But that's fine. You stick to your angle and I stick to mine.
Beautiful. Mate.
Is there some but is there some psychology at play here? Do you think you've got under her skin? Because it's not just a physical battle, this.
You know what, mate? If I've got under her skin, brilliant for me. But I'm not trying anyways. You know what I mean? And it's not even about that. Like, I mean, you get under your own skin. It's you who do that. You know.
Does she wind you up?
No, I'm too calm, cool, and collected. You can see me. I'm very calm. I always am fight week, aren't I?
What do you think of her?
I think it's going to be a good fight. And listen, I've seen her fight. She boxed 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, 4 weeks ago.
Of course, I watched it live because I knew I was fighting her. And I've watched her back since. She's aggressive, she's come forward. She's more of a fighter than a boxer. and I think our styles are going to gel.
Is she going to draw you in so that it's going to be a right old tear-up on Saturday night?
Listen, what happens Saturday night happens. The only thing I do know is that I walk away winner, and I walk away as a world champion. And Saturday night, Britain is going to have another world champion.
Because we've had a few lately, haven't we? Savannah Marshall,
Lawrence
Chantel
done it
Campbell,
a
Lawrence
couple of weeks
Takeley
ago.
a couple of weeks ago.
And now I'm going to do it.
But what about Australia? Going for a bit of a boom with boxing as well, and
Yeah,
women's boxing
actually,
needs to be put on the map.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Watching this
in
with a
Australia,
keen
this
eye,
has
and
finally,
she
like,
gets
the
on well
last
with
year,
that young lady there. They may be
We've got some really good boxing.
in the opposite corner to each other if Ebanie Bridges does get the win this evening. She's looking relaxed though, isn't she? She's been relaxed all week. She's sold this fight absolutely brilliantly, talked to the game, and now it's time for her to walk the walk, as they say.
When you look at who she's boxed, when you look at her record, you'd have to say Ebanie Bridges has no business being anywhere near a world title fight. But as you just hit the nail on the head, and this is something you have to remember with professional boxing, you gotta sell yourself, build your brand. Brand Bridges is well known. She's sold herself brilliantly. She's earned the right to have this opportunity to put herself in the spotlight. Now, let's see what she can do with it.
Well, not a great deal to
I'm getting hyped. We're here
split
live
with a
real
little
time.
bit of height and reach advantage for Shannon Courtenay.
Hold
Ebanie
up, let me
Bridges
make sure I
is
got
around
everything all set
5'1",
up.
and the older woman there by some
So we don't
7
get our ass
years.
copyrighted, right?
But all of that will be immaterial if she can drag Courtenay into emotional exchanges, which is what she hopes to do. And she's been goading her all week because she believes on the inside this is her fight. Courtenay needs to keep a cool head, box and move, and this one could be hers over the distance. A fascinating encounter. Our MC for the evening, David Diamante, is standing by. There is Ebanie Bridges waiting to ring walk. A fascinating encounter. WBA World Bantamweight Title on the line. Courtenay and Bridges.
So what's going on? What do we have? Let's get our predictions going. Let me get my notepad out. So we're doing the live scoring. Remember, it's only 2-minute rounds, so this thing is going to blow by. History controversy with FightView360.com. I have Shannon Courtenay. This is for the WBA Bantamweight 118-pound women's title.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the
Please take your time
Copper
out, like the
Box
video,
Arena
subscribe.
here in London, England, it's time for the WBA Bantamweight Championship of the World. Now, entering the arena, here is the undefeated blonde bomber from New South Wales, Australia.
We're going to get you highlights in between rounds.
Ebanie Bridges.
Our music's going to get me copyrighted. I may have to mute it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I know you probably want to hear that shit, but I can't. No. Hey, it's pretty lit. It's pretty lit. You feeling it? I'm feeling it. I should have got my hair cut, huh? Ooh, I got the goosebumps. How about you guys? You got it? You feeling it? Hey, y'all need to like the video. I'll cut this off. I'll cut it off. Y'all better like the video. I'm not playing around, man. I'm not here doing this for my health. Yo, somebody about to get exposed. You know, like the loser of this fight is going to be under some heavy ridicule. And you know social media is not kind. Social media is not kind. You know what somebody said yesterday in the comments of one of my videos? They said, what they say? They said, like, deep inside, Shannon Courtenay is still like a fat girl. That's why she's been so upset. Like, because you know she used to be a BBW. And you know, T Street, I love the BBWs. If you don't know, for the new viewers, I love me some BBW. That thigh meat, that's real tender. That's the good stuff right there. But she lost a lot of weight. So, from my understanding, boxing helped her lose weight. All right, we got to listen to the particulars. Please subscribe. I'm T Street Controversy with FightView360.com. We're going to be live later on tonight for Boots Ennis versus Sergey Limpinets too. And next week for Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. And I purchased a bunch of stuff to switch and get all this nasty looking old wood out of here. So I'm changing some things around, but I broke my hand. I have a boxer's fracture. All right, shh. Ooh, I'm so excited.
Courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored by Betfred, Wow Hydrate,
that Barbie
and
girl
JD Sports.
Got me copyrighted
this bout
already.
is sanctioned
Me
under the auspices of the British Boxing Board of Control and the World Boxing Association. The president, Gilberto Jesus Mendoza. The supervisor is Dennis Gilmartin.
So what we do is
introducing
we look at
your three judges scoring this world title contest from ringside. From Italy,
so
Luigi
they have to be
Boscarelli.
brief in order to
from Poland, Gregors Melenda. And from England, Bob Williams.
Post-fight interview and
your
everything,
timekeeper from England is Stephen Pucci. And at the sound of the bell, your third person in the ring, also from England, A-star referee, Mr. Michael Alexander.
But I think we settled a really delicate truth.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the vacant WBA Bantamweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, standing with her head trainer, Arnel Baratillo. She wears the pink, white, and silver. She scaled 8 stone 5 pounds, bang on. Her professional record, a perfect one. 5 fights, 5 victories, 2 of them coming by way of knockout. She is the Australia National Boxing Federation Australasian Super Bantamweight Champion, fighting out of New South Wales.
We're gonna beat that woman, beat her down.
Damn women beaters. Anyway, JC has just donated $5 through Super Chat. Must have learned it from his dad. Boxing love. 100.
And
fire,
her opponent across
boxing
the
love.
ring, fighting out of the blue corner. She stands with her head trainer, Charlie Beat. She wears the white with red and gold trim. She scaled 8 stone 5 pounds, 14 ounces. Her professional record, 6 victories, 1 defeat. She has 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Watford, England, here is Shannon, the baby-faced assassin, Courtenay.
Let me close all these damn windows. There you go. Let me take these off. I don't even need these. They're distracting.
They've talked up a storm, these two. Now we find out which one of these two can back up words with actions and become a world champion.
All right, let's get to business.
It's the Englishwoman Shannon Courtenay going up against Australia's Ebanie Bridges. Bridges, who boxed in her home country last month, then jumped straight on a plane, went to Philadelphia to work out with Kaylee Reese, the 2-weight world champion. And then jumped back on a plane here to hook up with Arnel Baratillo, head coach.
They're looking sharp.
Kaylee Reese was saying, well, she's still a work in progress, but boy, can Ebanie Bridges punch. And by the way, she said, Shannon Courtenay is wide open to the left hook, so expect to see Bridges try and capitalize on that. Courtenay, of course, comes out of the Adam Booth school. Has learnt a lot from that defeat to Rachel Ball. Bounced back with the highlight reel knockout that we saw last time out, and some real bad blood between these two, and a feeling that Courtenay allowed Bridges to get in ahead a little bit. She'll have to just switch back on and focus completely on the job at hand here, Paul.
She will. Both fighters have been caught in this round, mainly with jabs. Battle of the jabs at the start, but it's warmed up nicely. There's been not much of a feeling out process. Bridges looks heavy-handed. She certainly looks like she can punch. Good right hand there from Bridges.
Tough round the score. I'm going with Ebanie. I don't know. Oh,
Got caught there though. Courtenay tries to force
30
her
seconds
off
left.
with her back against the ropes. Managed to get through there very nicely. The Watford woman from the same hometown as Angela Joshua.
Yeah, you can see already, I think Ebanie Bridges physically the stronger of the two. She's not really, I don't think, going to be taking a backward step in this fight, just trying to make Courtenay work at a higher rate than perhaps she is comfortable. And she did start to flag in the later stages of the Rachel Ball fight. That, of course, was over 8 rounds. And I think really her plan is here to try and just keep that front foot pressure on, keep Shannon Courtenay moving, keep her working and the output high, and drag her into something really, really tasty in the second half of the contest.
I think I want to give that round to Shannon. Cleaner work. Round 1. I'm going to put that in for Shannon.
Punches back
Your fucking hand.
Yeah? Just work off the jab and the feet for the meantime, yeah? Come round to the centre though. Yeah, you're going back to the ropes, you know what I mean? Just come round to the centre.
Giving it to Shannon. Let's see if they got some highlights for you.
Yeah? Then you've got more angles when you're in the centre. I'm just going back to the ropes, yeah? Alright?
Also, please take your time out, like the video. That really helps out. Like, we're going to be doing this every week.
Between your punches, you need to be changing the levels.
And I'm going to make them, they're not going to be like super long streams, about an hour piece. Like, we're going to be doing the fights and not a bunch of dead time and all that. We're going to be back tonight for the full card, for the Showtime card, though.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Coming up next, Savannah Marshall defending her world middleweight title.
I gave that round to Shannon.
Maria
I'm giving it to Ebanie. You know what? I'm going to put something that say viewers versus me. So I'm giving it to Shannon.
World title.
Y'all giving it to
this one.
Ebanie.
And, Bridges straight down to work with that right hand. Getting through, she will apply pressure. She's very front foot heavy.
Just give it to him.
Out for that left hook. They do feel that Courtenay takes risks, and her defences are still a work in progress.
That is a good combination at the start of the round there, Nick. Double jab and a right hand from Bridges. Caught Courtenay straight in the target.
She's catching them all on the glove.
A little bit of reddening around the face of Shannon Courtenay.
And she's walking her down.
Yeah, she's certainly setting the tempo here in this second round, the Australian.
Started the round really well, Bridges.
Yeah,
nice body work.
Yeah.
Shannon might not make
punches, then brings the uppercut in, and Bridges absolutely bossing this second round.
Shannon getting touched
Courtenay
up.
needs to get a reaction here, because she has allowed Ebanie Bridges to completely grab the initiative here.
Shannon's getting touched up.
Yeah, she's abandoned her movement as well. Charlie Beat gave her pretty much the perfect advice. You've got to relax, just stick and move for the meantime. Just change the angle, just try and step towards the centre of the ring, which is what she's done now, to be fair to her. But, you know, just held her feet for the first minute or so of that round and let Ebanie Bridges just let her hands go, caught her with a couple of hurtful shots, and really you don't get a lot of chance to work your way back into a 2-minute round.
Left hook's coming in, and there's a cut
of the head.
Big left hook.
There's a cut just above the ear there, as you say, Paul.
There's some blood in there. I don't know who's bleeding.
And there's blood around the head of Ebanie Bridges as well.
I think that will show you that it's a clash of heads. I think both fighters could be cut, but I think it's certainly Shannon Courtenay on the side of her head with a cut.
Clearly,
a couple of left hooks did land in there from Bridges.
Where's this blood coming from?
Looks really strong, Bridges.
She bossed that round, no question.
Clearly
Now,
Ebanie round, right?
it is a cut to the side of the head, so it's going to look worse than it actually is.
Right, listen, she's coming forward just like on the same level, like what we were talking about, yeah? She's not changing her level.
We can see where the cut comes from.
There's that left hook.
We missed the left hook. I'll try to get it for you one more
Cut
time.
was already there. Another good left hook back from Shannon Courtenay. But Bridges started the round really well, looked strong, aggressive, was landing a lot more shots than she did in the first round. Courtenay looked like
the left hook, my bad.
She didn't like a couple of the shots that landed, but then she's obviously had the success later on in the round. Entertaining round.
Did Courtenay do enough to get herself back into that round? Because Bridges made such a strong start, Paul.
She did, not for me, but these are so tough to score, 2-minute rounds. I think 2-minute rounds are really difficult to score. 3-minute rounds, you have a bit more to play with.
Especially since I cover and watch so much women's boxing. We're in round 3.
Round 3 then of this 10-rounder for the vacant WBA Bantamweight title. A title vacated by Maylin Rivas, the Venezuelan who's moved up to Super Bantamweight and won the WBA belt.
First time that Shannon Courtenay, is used the
like the video.
That's what's been absent for the first 2 rounds. Just been needing to try and offset that rhythm of Ebanie Bridges by just dropping the levels down, just showing us something a little bit different. As soon as she used the feint, Bridges stepped off, but she hasn't used it since then.
The shots of Ebanie Bridges are moving.
I think with Courtenay as well, when she's landing shots, Bridges is catching a lot on the gloves and also landing. When Bridges lands some shots, sometimes they're unanswered, and she's looking like she's coming off the better in some of the combinations what she's throwing. Some of the exchanges she's winning because she's landing and she's staying a bit more tight and holding the shape better. The defense
Bridges
is a bit
is very heavy-handed.
There's a good shot from Shannon
Bridges
Courtenay.
ate a mean right hook, probably the biggest punch of the fight and the biggest punch of Shannon Courtenay during the fight. Straight right hook.
Working away back into this. Nice body work as well. Lovely left to the body. This is better from Shannon Courtenay.
Much better round.
It's better stuff from Courtenay when she's on the back foot and on the receiving end. She's landed nice counters.
Bridges missing there as well. It's much better from Courtenay. Nice movement as well to just create the separation after landing her own
30
shot.
seconds left. So far, this is looking like a Courtenay round.
Smart to work this from Courtenay.
I don't think that can be argued.
I think that's what Chris was trying to allude to before. The
See what
advice in
happens
the
these
corner
last
at the end of the
20
second round was really good advice. She just couldn't implement it properly.
I like Ebanie Bridges' uppercut. It comes a little long
from Courtenay.
It's just these points where you want to see a nice exit from Shannon Courtenay, either clinch and spinner.
I have it 2-1.
Spinner opposite woman, or just try and step off to the left and the right, create that angle just to get herself back into some space, which she hasn't been doing. And when Bridges has backed her up, the exchanges on the ropes have been
actually gave,
all hers.
and it's going to be controversial, I gave round 1 to Courtenay.
That head clash. Yeah, there we go.
It was a head clash that caused the...
Surprised Bridges didn't come off worse on that. Because
yeah, so am I.
The angle that it looked at, it looked like Bridges would have come off worse.
That probably was the biggest punch of the fight right
up
there.
On the side of Courtenay's head, and the corner will deal with it, I'm sure. Won't be interfering with any vision.
I have it 2-1, Courtenay.
Any vision, so I think it'll be okay.
Via round 1, Bridges clearly won round 2.
Courtenay needed it.
Take your head and work it off that. Other things will open up.
Round 1 was round 1. They were both filling each other out. I gave it to Shannon Courtenay. And number 3 should be a clear Shannon Courtenay round.
Second count, round 4.
Round 4 then. These two ranked 8 and 9 with the WBA boxing for their vacant belt. The number 1 contender, incidentally, is another Australian, Shannon O'Connell, who has a much better resume than either of these two, and she'll be watching, no doubt, in Australia, thinking,
seems much more relaxed
bring
coming
it
into
on,
this third
as far as the
round.
winner's concerned. But Rachel Ball, we believe, once she's fully recovered from COVID, will get first crack at the winner of this one. But it's a busy division. Lots of South Americans. Daniela Bermudez, who just lose to Amanda Serrano, WBO champion. Maria Roma,
I'm not seeing
Luna of Mexico, the WBC champion. It's a busy
Ebanie
division.
slow down. Well, she has a little bit this round.
Chris, you said before about when
Like,
Courtenay
look, even
feints,
just looking at it, the pace is
changes the dynamic of it. At the moment, they're both just meeting each other head on with combinations. There's not really much
like the
cuteness
video,
about
if you
them
haven't
or finesse.
Okay, got some action here.
Set traps, so to speak. They're just meeting each other head on and throwing 1-2s and 1-2 left hooks when they meet each other. You know, I'd like to see a bit more feint and a bit more variety from Shannon Courtenay, who we know more about and know how to do
real time.
Yeah, exactly that.
But
And
because
I
I'm
think that really
streaming,
was
I'm only 20
the
seconds
game plan
left.
for Ebanie Bridges, just
1
trying to
minute
go
left
over
in
into
this
an
round so
emotional
far.
sort of fight plan tonight, because she knew that if they come up close, she would have the better hands. I mean, Courtenay's probably got slightly sharper, quicker hands, and again, we know the taller rangier of the two, but she hasn't really used her attributes so far, and Bridges has managed to draw her into an emotional exchange, and as a result, so far through 4 rounds, she's ahead in the fight.
Well, it's another seesaw going on here, isn't it, with Bridges having a good
30
round.
seconds
Getting a
left.
couple of hooks through as well.
So far, I'm giving it to Ebanie Bridges.
She stayed a bit tighter this round as well, Bridges. Her hands are higher. She's caught a lot more shots on the gloves as opposed to taking them clean.
I don't know, cuz these some close rounds. And they're only 2 minutes. You see why I'm saying we need 3-minute rounds in women's boxing?
This, isn't it? These two so
Who did you give that
matched.
round to? I'm giving that round to Shannon Courtenay. I'm not even lying. Like, I'm looking at Ebanie Bridges' work, and it's good work, but I'm seeing Shannon Courtenay do more.
She charges with the head and the feet.
2-2?
And then lead them with hooks and inside shots. Don't do that. Yeah? Lead off with the jab. Huh? Well, don't throw all your shots into them. Yeah? Just tap, tap. Be busy. Be busy with the pap, 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 and just miss off.
Interesting advice there in the corner from Charlie Beat. Shannon just saying to look, just lead with the jab. She's saying I can't, her guard's too tight. And he's saying, look, just tap on that, try and get a response because Bridges is going to be more valuable when she's punching and the gaps are going to appear. You can't lead off against someone that's going tight guard all the time.
Yep, and to me, the better schooled fighter out of the both is
It could be 2-2, but I have it 3-1.
Ability to draw that guard down and to remove that defence. But I agree with what she's saying. It is tight, but the jabs will get home if you double it up. Maybe if you feint first, then throw it. But as we said the previous round, they're just beating each other head on and throwing 1-2s.
And I don't think it plays necessarily to Courtney's strength to be just meeting this woman head on. She's very tough, very physical, very
A lot of people think that Shannon
Bridges.
Courtenay's going to get robbed, even if she does,
She's
like,
making
clearly
Courtney
win.
fight her kind of fight here. We're in round 5.
I'm watching
It's
where
going to be
all these
interesting though. I
punches
mean,
are being
Ebanie Bridges
placed.
obviously carries a lot more sort of visible muscle than Shannon Courtenay. Comes from that
Earlier,
bodybuilding background.
Ebanie
Whether
was
that
catching them
will
with
start
gloves.
to
She's
sap
not
her in.
anymore.
She's
If
only
you
been
look,
8
she's
rounds
starting to
once.
eat
I
some
think
clean
that might have been
shots.
against Crystal Hoy in her last contest. You may be able to tell me more about that, Nick, but I know she's only been the 8
1
rounds.
minute, 10 seconds
once
left in the
6 round
fifth round.
distance one. So once this goes past 8 rounds, Shannon, of course, has been 8 rounds before against Rachel Ball. But once this goes beyond 8 rounds, those
Ebanie's
last
slowing
2
down.
are absolutely crucial because it's pretty nip and tuck at this point. You have Bridges ahead, but it's a close fight, surely.
Oh, definitely, no question.
It looks like Shannon Courtenay may be able
3-1
to
or
take
2
Ebanie
each, I
to
think, either way. You know, you wouldn't complain or argue either way. I think Bridges has certainly put a lot into these early rounds, but to me, she looks okay fitness-wise. She doesn't look like she's feeling the pace just yet. Good shot there from Bridges, good left hook to the head.
Yeah, she loves that left hook. That's what they were working on in camp in Philadelphia.
I think that's what she, sorry Nick, I think that's what she needs to do. Same time punching and work on that shot that she, as obviously as you've said, that she's been working on.
Oh, she's going to get dropped.
Right hand there.
She almost got dropped.
That it was. Now then.
We got to get you a replay.
There's
Shannon
a
Courtenay almost
chance.
got
Now she's
dropped.
buzzed her hit.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Ebanie
She's
Bridges almost
definitely
got
hurt. The
dropped.
legs just dipped.
Yeah.
She's hurt and she's dazed.
Trying to get the right hand in as well here, Courtney, as Bridges is just trying to buy herself some time here.
She's done a good job of holding on there, Chris. She's held on really well there to see the round out.
We got to show
Yeah, she
you a
really has.
replay.
Maybe the uppercut through the middle
Biggest
will have some
punch of
joy,
the
but she's
fight.
done so well to see out this round. Torrid, last minute from Ebanie Bridges, big round for Shannon Courtenay.
I tell you, Bridges is unsteady going back there as well because she picked up a right hand just on the bell there as well. And how Courtney
That's not
needed
the
this
shot.
big right hand.
See inside the clever cuter with there's the
Damn, I
right
gotta
hand.
show you
there. see
again.
the
Hold
dip
on,
in the
1
leg
minute.
straight away from Bridges. She felt that. I thought she'd done really well.
Yeah, she did. For
I hope they
I'm just
show it
looking
again.
at one of the monitors to my left here, which you won't see at home yet, but the mouse that has started to swell up above Ebanie Bridges' left eye is
She
absolutely
buckled her.
huge.
She
Real
took
evidence
it, though.
of that
She
right
didn't
hand.
go down.
And well, from just the standpoint of her being hurt, that's one thing, but her vision could be impaired. When you see this eye,
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad.
Heads have just come close there as well in that little replay which we're watching now on the screen.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see the swelling there. Just look,
Look
at
at
that.
her face.
that's going to close, isn't it, surely?
Round 6.
So, another decisive twist. What are we going to get in round 6? They've both had some success. They've both had to weather a little bit of pressure as well here, these two. But the momentum seems to be with Shannon Courtenay now as we go into the second half of this one.
At least help a brother out.
I know you agree with me here, Paul. Shannon just needs to not go loading up on that right hand. She needs to almost look for every shot other than, because Bridges will be kind of consciously trying to cover that for certainly the next couple of minutes.
Now is the time to be cute. Now is the time to keep your head about you. If she's feeling like she's towards the end, Bridges, she's going to have a last hurrah. She's going to put everything into this last round and go out.
Ebanie's starting to swing really wildly.
So you need to keep it sensible now more than ever.
Is that still a thing?
She's not made the best start.
Ebanie needs to calm down because the shots that she's throwing are lunging, especially that uppercut. She might go to sleep.
I tell you what, these two are putting on quite a scrap here.
Have a wet dream.
Tell you what, it's lived up to the expectations, hasn't it? Given all the talk, it would have been such a disappointment and a letdown had it not been a good fight. It's been a brilliant, brilliant scrap. Credit to both women here. Dug right in from the beginning, set a high work rate, and they've maintained it. And we're into the second half of this contest.
It's nice work again from Bridges. I'm just glad both of them have shown that they're not just
a product. Slowed down tremendously.
There's some substance behind both of them. This world title is still very much up for grabs here.
She is slowed down.
Big swing and a miss from Courtenay.
That eye beginning to look worse as well, Nick. It's closing up a little bit more now above the left eyebrow of Bridges.
Ooh,
good uppercut.
She is slowed down tremendously.
Some nice shots in this round.
20 seconds left in the sixth round.
They could be making this fight a lot easier for herself. Just push away, nudge it off, give that little bit more distance in between. The only success Bridges is having is when she's close or when they're both throwing at the same time.
Use the jab.
Got to say as well, Nick, credit to Shannon Courtenay, showing a great chin tonight. She's taken a lot of flush leather, and we had Takeley Reese on the show earlier this afternoon, who's of course newly crowned super lightweight champion with the WBA.
So listen to my card.
Said,
what's your card, real quick?
Looks like an absolute mule. She said, I've got her to win by knockout. But so far, Courtenay's taken flush leather, but she's not really shown much by way of being hurt in this contest. And you have to say she's shown a really, really good chin. They both boxed the best that certainly the best I've seen both of them box in this contest. Courtenay certainly shown improvement since the Rachel Ball fight, and well, this is the most that we've seen from Bridges.
I got 5-1 for Shannon Courtenay.
Well, Bridges hasn't really faced anybody of any note at all.
With the round one could be a swing round.
Novice, a debutant and a 1-11 opponent. She went to America, beat Crystal Loy, who was 6-10. Last month she beat a 3-3-1 45-year-old.
So once again,
we're
going to be here
against
next
opponents
week
who didn't have a win between them.
Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. I expect a very lively crowd.
She's stepping up a level.
Tonight we're going to be here for the Showtime Court with Bruce
They're
Ennis.
both showing they've got some substance. There's more to these two than just a little bit of hype and flash. It's good to see. It's good for women's boxing, and it's certainly putting on a really good fight as well.
Amanda Nunes' wife.
She's been smiling in the corner there, Ebanie Bridges, saying, yeah, she's catching me, but I'm catching her too.
What's the consensus? Is it 4-2?
Y'all
have it 4-2 for Shannon Courtenay?
Give one, take one. I'll give you another one.
Yeah, you can stream this live on the zone.
That's the type of stuff we need to see more of from Shannon Courtenay. On the back foot, boxing, jab, edge way back.
Real ugly.
Right hand, left hook, roll, get out from trouble, get outside the side.
I'm going to get you a still shot
Keep it smart and sensible, but she has to stay tight.
By the way, Big J is going to call in after. And we'll talk.
I'll say at this point, Nick, a draw and a rematch is not out of the realm of possibility. This is going to be right on a knife edge.
Good body shot has just landed there from Bridges. Courtenay took a little backward step there and did more engage after that. A good shot.
1 minute left.
That's nice again from Bridges. And there's a right hand, and now Courtenay's in trouble again. As Bridges really starts to come on strong here in this seventh round. Forcing the reaction from Courtenay.
Do you know, Courtenay's done really well in that little exchange though, just jabbing on the back foot, just getting herself out of that corner and boxing her way back to centering behind the straight left hand, just to try and give herself a little bit of space, but she's definitely felt that.
I can see what Courtenay's trying to do, Nick, but she's got to stay tight. She's trying to catch Bridges as she's coming in, but the defence isn't there at the moment, and she's taking too many shots.
Right hands that are coming through. She's backing up. She does land a right hand, and she turns it around there, Courtenay, but Bridges keeps on coming. And they are both going for broke here in this seventh round. This is full on from both of them. I tell you, if this comes down to who's got the action, it's going to be fascinating to see who is the better condition.
Ebanie's is constantly landing.
Bridges finishes that round looking strong. That eye
Giving that to Ebanie. Let's look at the eye.
But she finished that round on top.
Really good round to watch. Some big shots landed from both fighters. So Bridges landed the more hateful power shots. But again, a lot of it is down to Courtenay losing her shape, and she's got to be careful because she knows she's hurt Bridges. She's got to be careful that she doesn't get her own heart broken here. You've hurt her, you've had her going, and then she's come back and had a really good round the next round, Chris.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Paul. The one thing you
Punched
just
her right
see
in the
there
titty
on the screen,
right there. You
what she
saw
did
that?
really well a couple of times when she was backed onto the rope. Just found that.
Yeah, I gotta
exit
turn
to
it
the
down
left-hand
some.
side, just
Here, I'm
dropped the
gonna do
head
it
down
now.
to the left and pivoted out. Gave herself.
How's that? Y'all can hear me better? Turn up a little bit more. There we go. That should be good. That eye is done. That eye is done. Also, Shannon Courtenay is taking shots that she shouldn't be taking. Too many of them. Can we get some likes, please? Help a brother out. Help a brother out. Like the video. Please subscribe. Round 8.
And it could come down to these last 3. And it could come down to conditioning. Ebanie Bridges still looks really strong and full of running here.
This is where Courtenay and the corner need to really get onto it.
This is a very important round for Ebanie Bridges. Her eye is closed. Because in some people's eyes, this fight could be on a draw. There's an echo now? Oh. There you go. My bad. There you go. We should be cool. Yeah, I don't have my headset on.
It's a battle of wills in there between these two.
You don't ask me questions around here, boy. 45 seconds left.
That jab as well from Courtenay. I think she could be doing better with that. She's shooting the jab to the chest of Bridges every time, and
she's shooting for the titties.
It is there. She'll land it. Stop Bridges right in the tracks if that jab starts to land.
She literally punching her in the chest.
Courtenay, the longer it's gone on for me, guys. Well, Bridges came out fast, and then Courtenay has had some success, and then just say that there's another turning of the tide. Michael Alexander will have to separate them. As Courtenay almost got shoved through the ropes there. She could, you guys said it earlier.
Who do you give this round to?
Make life so much easier for herself, Courtenay. She could
Shannon did clean the work. I'm going to give it to Shannon again. Who did you give this round to? Round 8. I got to give it to Shannon, dog. Let's get a look at her eye. Look at it. Pause it if you have to. You got to cut her, Mick. You got to cut her. Somebody give her the blade. Yeah, look at that shit. Damn. Ebanie, you a tough SOB. I did give that round to Shannon. I can't let you watch the last seconds or they're going to yank the damn video. Hey, just let me do my thing, all right? Just let me do my damn thing and just get this on.
The Australian.
What the hell?
Courtenay regrouped well. Rachel Bull looking on. Probably making some notes.
Rachel Ball.
She's just enjoying it like the rest of us are.
Ginger, the Ginger Beauty.
A kind of kickstart to her career. It was last summer, and she, I think, is well within her rights to feel that she should be the front runner for the winner. But the way this is going, I think this could have rematch written all over it, especially if it goes to a split.
You think they're going to make it a draw? I think they're going to give it a draw, too.
It's still there in the balance, this fight. It's a close one. It's how you're scoring it.
Ebanie Bridges coming out with the pressure.
What the judges like more importantly. I think the referee's done well tonight.
See, I watch a lot of boxing. So just because somebody throwing a lot of punches don't mean that shit be landing. I've been doing good not cursing, so I'm not going to curse.
Neither of them impose their will on their opponent.
She's too strong for this girl, Ebanie.
So once again, we're not going to be streaming during the Savannah Don't Use Ginger. Is that bigotry? It's calling somebody a ginger. Is that bigotry? I'm not a bigot.
Still throwing. It's getting a little bit ragged in there now as surely fatigue is starting to...
1 minute left. Ooh.
Lovely combination from Shannon Courtenay.
Okay. Ebanie Bridges getting pieced up. And you can tell she's having... Oh, she's going to get knocked out, guys.
That's hurt her. Forces are back. Now Bridges is in big trouble. Takes another right hand as Courtenay goes for the finish.
She might get stopped, guys.
And she's completely
She can't see.
now. Bridges is in big trouble. Wilting. The body shot comes in. She's setting her up. She's slowed right down here, Bridges. Can Courtenay put her away?
She'll be struggling to see these shots, Nick, especially the right hand, because of the
She can't see.
the left eye.
Oh!
Another huge right hand. Nothing coming back from
The ref was about to stop it. Bro,
Can Courtenay keep the pressure on Michael Alexander?
do you hear those shots?
Bridges is trying to summon something up, but this has been a nightmare round for her.
They're going to have to get the doctors to look at that eye at the end of this round. She's taken 5
She's
or
still
6
fighting, though.
hands on it. She obviously can't see
Bro,
it.
she's getting pieced up. I wish I could show you all of it plainly, but I can't. Bro, bro, these women are throwing down. Let's look at that eye again.
This has been.
I can't tell you how many people have been sneering in the build-up to this
Oh,
fight.
did she quit?
These two don't
She gonna
belong.
quit.
They're both height jobs. There's no substance to them. They're not real fighters. Everybody who criticised these two.
Let's listen to her. Let me turn it back up. Listen in.
Have put everything on the line.
Stop, hands up. And then you see that big shot to that. That right
I'm trying to see if she's going to quit.
She didn't need to say it to the corner. We can all see it. Obviously, she just said to the corner straight away, I can't see out my eye. And, you know, it's obvious that she couldn't see. But the amount of right hand she took in that round, Chris, from Shannon Courtenay,
How she stayed up.
Yeah, it's proof that she couldn't see through that.
No, and incredible that she stayed on her feet. The
I thought she
difficulty
was
is
gonna
that
quit.
this is right in the balance now. I think her team, as Shannon Courtenay's team, will feel that this last round is going to be absolutely crucial, probably for
how
both
did you
of them
score
to
that
avoid a
round?
draw.
Who did you
One
give
of them's
that
got
to?
Take this by the scruff of the
Y'all
neck.
gave
But
that
in order
round to
for
Ebanie Bridges?
to win this round, she's going to have to let her hands go. She's going to
you
get tagged
degenerate.
on that eye. This is roll the dice
Last
time
round.
for both girls. Fantastic stuff so far.
It really is. It's going to come down to this last round. Can Bridges regroup from that bad ninth round? Can Courtenay keep the pressure on? Put some distance between her and her opponent and claim this belt. And as Paul Smith said earlier,
We're going to let you listen
how
to
are
the
the
post-fight
judges
interviews
singing?
and
What are they
everything and show
like?
you highlights, of course.
Courtenay is certainly finishing the stronger.
One thing we can't fault tonight is the spirit, the desire, and the bravery of both of these fighters as well. This has been a tough fight for both of them. They've took so many shots, but it's facial damage obviously for both fighters, and they're still here fighting like this in the last round.
Absolutely. Do you know what? Courtney's doing the smart thing, just circling to her right-hand side, away from essentially the only one good eye that Ebanie Bridges has got left to credit to her for marching forward. But of course, she's got that high, tight guard. The vision's going to be impeded peripherally with that anyway. How she is still in this, I don't know, but she's doing a fantastic job, and ultimately she's still the one pressing the action here.
She's found her second win, third win, fourth win tonight. Ebanie Bridges.
Oh, they have to do it again. They have to do this again.
Overall,
Inside the last minute.
Shannon Courtenay's the better fighter.
Still Bridges pushing forward. It's a closer round, this one. Courtenay has not managed to really boss it. Even though she started off well, Bridges is, if anything, finishing the stronger. What desire from the Aussie. And now Courtenay goes to work here as we get inside the final 20 seconds of this one. They could not have put any more into this, either of them.
Let me go home. Do not hold us punching.
Put your hands together and give them both a round of applause because they've earned it.
Well,
Great advertisement for female boxing, great advertisement for boxing in general. That was a really good fight.
Well, just when we thought that Farooq
After my
and
colleague
Espinosa couldn't get any
Big
better,
J,
I think these
it
two
is
may
over.
somehow just manage to top it.
We've finally seen it happen.
No question.
So what do you think about Ebanie Bridges?
I tell you, they'll have made believers of a lot of
Is she
people
good?
tonight as well. I think
How do you
those
feel
last
about
two
her
rounds are gonna prove
performance
decisive.
overall?
I don't think we're going to be getting the draw here, Chris. I think Courtenay may just have done enough. Oh,
And
I
it's a
think Courtenay's
shame.
done enough. I think she's done enough to
Here, let me mute this.
to win the title.
It's a shame that coming into this fight, a lot of people thought that it was going to be a draw no matter what. And now, look at her eye. Give me about 5 minutes, Big J. Ooh, look at that uppercut. I mean, look, overall, Ebanie Bridges is good. She's not terrible. No, she's not terrible. She's good. But the thing is, Shannon Courtenay's better. And for someone who wasn't really into boxing or didn't grow up on boxing or in the sport, both of these women, you know, did really, really, really well. Like, I enjoyed the fight. Was that fight not entertaining? So anyway, I'm T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com. We cover every single major fight live. Shannon Courtenay should improve to, let's see, what's her resume again? 7-1 with 3 KOs. And one of the best women's fights so far of the year. I think that Shannon Courtenay is going to get a clear win. They're tallying up the scorecards. Let's see here. It better not be no BS. Y'all think it's going to be some BS? I can't wait to hear.
And that tells you that it's close.
Well, they both won rounds. That is a fact. I mean, if we're
I had it
on this one, I mean, that would be an outrage. They have both won rounds.
8 rounds to 2.
I wouldn't be surprised here with a few of them.
I had it 8 rounds to 2. Really Big J 5 minutes after the particulars.
Because it will ultimately come
Let's
down to
listen
what you
in.
like. I've got a Courtenay. I think we all have both. Very close fight and very entertaining.
I mean, there's no doubt Ebanie Bridges is going to get more fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, for these two fighters.
It's just that the better pedigree.
After 10 rounds of action here in London, England, we go to the judges' scorecards.
Hey, please like the video.
97 to 94.
Okay.
Luigi Boscarelli and Gregors Melinda both scored the bout 98 to 92. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision and the new WBA Bantamweight Champion from Watford,
It's Shannon Courtenay that gets it.
Shannon, the babyface assassin, Courtenay.
So we're going to listen to the post-fight interviews.
Life around through boxing has just hit the heights, and there is the respect.
Perfect. That was a great fight. The right person won. I was concerned about that first scorecard.
Of what it means to win a world title. She's done it.
Great
sure, I wish I would have got my hair
I thought
cut.
The first scorecard was okay, but again, the second 2 scorecards, there's a lot of close rounds. I don't think.
Look at her eye. Her eye is shit.
I think Bridges was in that fight, but it's just if you scored a couple of close rounds one way, it's going to look wider than it is. But I think I'd love to see that fight again. I know.
Here, let me mute and let's talk a little minute before they get to the highlights. Big J, if you're watching, we're going to call you after the post fight interview. So yeah, give her belt, strap her up. Now, if you don't know, she's supposed to be going on to fight Rachel Ball in a rematch. Now, just because Ebanie Bridges was defeated tonight doesn't mean that she's not going to get big fights, because clearly she moves the needle. And clearly, I do have to admit, coming into this fight and all the way up into fight week, I wasn't feeling her because of the thirst trapping. If you don't know what thirst trapping is, it's the way she's using her body and sex to sell fights. But look at us. She got us all here watching. So going forward, Ebanie Bridges is going to get some very, very significant fights. She's getting ready. She's getting ready to go do the post-fight interview. We're going to be listening in. I'm going to disappear and let them talk and get Big J on the phone. Please take your time out, like the video, subscribe. We cover every single major fight live. Every single major fight we're doing a live stream for, and we're making sure we're doing them, you know, in the way that other people are not doing them, in regards to making sure we get you some highlights and listening to the fighters and me not just here running my mouth. So hold on 1 minute. And also my colleague Big J, who's going to be calling in, he got a chance to talk to Ebanie Bridges and Shannon Courtenay this week. So just because Ebanie Bridges lost today, she's not done. I'm guaranteeing you she'll probably get bigger fights than Shannon Courtenay. And that's just how boxing works. Sex sells. But now a lot of people are going to be roasting Ebanie Bridges, because they're like, ha ha, she's not good. She lost, you know, her first big fight.
And at some point, that has to be done once again. That was a terrific
So once
scrap.
again, please like the video, subscribe.
And Shannon Courtenay, though, was pushed very, very hard. Pushed to the limit.
Let's listen in.
Lovely to see that reaction. What it meant to her. She is just absolutely thrilled, just grinning from ear to ear. What a feeling that must be.
And I know Eddie Hearn is going to give his shtick. Listen in. Please subscribe.
Yeah, Adam, I think you summed that up perfect. This could be emotional. Shannon, just step to the microphone. Tell us how you're feeling. Very proudly with the belt around your waist. What does it mean to you?
I can't put it into words. Unbelievable. This isn't just my belt. This is Charlie and Hedges. We've done this together. That's my team. And
Charlie beat and Huzai Farooq belt.
We've worked so hard, and to be someone who has genuinely turned their life around, this is proof that anyone can achieve anything.
So much talk in the build-up, and both of you said, judge us when the first bell rings. Forget everything that was said before. It delivered when the first bell rang. That was grueling to watch. What was the difference in there for you?
I boxed nicer. I had the cutest shots. I kept popping the jab out, which was landing every time. She was trying to knock me out. And when I made mistakes and I got reckless was when I traded with her, and she was good at trading. But I feel like my jab won me the fight, and I think her eye showed that because I just kept popping the eye. And sticking to a strict boxing game was the right game plan. And every time I come back, Charlie was saying to me, box, box. And when I did, I won the fight.
Moving forward, what do you want to do next? Because obviously there's two very big things. I'm sure there will be interest in a rematch, but I'm also sure that Rachel Ball, who we know is watching at home, will want her shot.
Eddie's the boss. I was told the Rachel Ball rematch was next, so I want Rachel Ball next.
Stay there, I have one more with you, Eddie. It was a very good fight to watch, and I know that you've been very close to Shannon throughout her pro career. Must be very happy that she's got a world title around her waist now.
Really pleased. She deserves it. You know, remember at fight camp, you know, every fight she's in is entertaining. The Rachel Ball fight, you know, I felt she was unlucky to lose that fight, and that was a big defeat for her. I remember going backstage, and she was just in a spell. She was mesmerised. She said, "That's not the end for me, is it?" You know, she lives and breathes boxing. Very proud of her to become a world champion. Great fight. Big respect to Ebanie Bridges as well. Tough, terrible eye injury. Great advert for women's boxing, because we know it's had a massive build-up, probably the biggest build-up I've been involved with in a female fight. But if it doesn't deliver, it's no good for anyone. And it was brilliant from start to finish. They both wanted it so bad, and she deserved to win. You know, she was the cuter boxer. She scored more points. She hurt Ebanie Bridges, I think, three times in the fight, and it was really good to watch. For me, I would love to see the Rachel Ball fight. I think that's fair for everybody. You know, Rachel was going to fight Ebanie originally, and then Ebanie got injured, and then you were going to fight Rachel, and then Rachel got COVID. So I believe Rachel Ball is recovering well, and I think Shannon will want to put that right for a record. You know, although she feels like she won that fight, we've got unbelievable plans for fight camp this year, this time with crowds, and I would love to see that rematch there. And then if she wins that, she can go on and start thinking about facing the other champions. You know, it's not the deepest of divisions, the bantamweight division, and she does have the ability to go at super bantamweight. You've got some tremendous domestic fights there for her as well. But you know, tonight she's world champion. You know, another world champion, and well done to H and Charlie. You know, their first world champion as well, and you know, a fantastic achievement and a great fight, which is really important as we continue to develop women's boxing.
Shannon, I know how dearly you would have loved to have had your family here, and obviously put out that tweet and message from your mum about she was so proud of the daughter that you've become. I'm sure you want to give everybody a shout out that's probably bouncing back home around the living room.
My family, my mum, my stepdad, who was my dad, Lee, my little sister Harriet, my nan and granddad, everyone that's at home, you know, they'd all be buzzing, and I can't wait to see my mum. I know I'm a boxer, he meant to act hard on camera. I can't wait to see my mum.
Get yourself off, well done.
Thank you.
Well, what a win for Shannon Courtenay. What a fight.
So let's see. Are they going to bring out Ebanie Bridges? I don't think they are, ladies and gentlemen. Big J, we're here live.
Wide scorecard, certainly wider than we.
Maybe they got to get Ebanie's eye checked on.
Right way, as far as we could see. Incredible credit has to go to Ebanie Bridges for the way she hung in there with that eye completely closed for the best part.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got my colleague Big J on. It's looking like I'm waiting to see if we're going to get a interview from Ebanie Bridges for some brief highlights right here.
No, it never. There wasn't much feeling out
process. One of the best
obviously,
women's fights of the year, but then again, women's fights have not been really
to
disappointing, especially the mainstream ones, because
I think she's right
one thing I've learned about the women is that once they're on the big stage, they really go out there to fight.
From Courtenay throughout the fight. Yeah, definitely. They did go out to fight, and the girls put on a tremendous show, and Ebanie Bridges showed a ton of guts. That girl can, that girl can fight. Anyone think that she's just a height job that's complete bullshit. She can fight. She's just not at that level yet. She's only 6 fights in. A great advertisement for boxing.
But she is 34 years old.
Desire and
you know,
will to win for both fights.
She is an older lady.
She's older. She's only been boxing. And we have to say, for someone of her age, that is a great tip in the boxing because people are going to want to tune in to watch.
I think so too. I'm impressed.
That's exactly what it was. Very competitive.
I'm impressed.
In the end. I thought the two scorecards.
You can see it on Twitter. A lot of people are going to go, "Oh, she's just, you know, she got the shit kicked out of her." Blah blah blah. No, she didn't. She was going up against a younger, more experienced fighter, and women boxing, that makes all the difference. In my opinion, you know, it was very entertaining. I mean, 7 years, that's a big difference.
Yeah, we knew that Eddie Hearn would be lining up that rematch with Rachel Ball. That is one for Fight Camp in the summer. Amazing that we are creeping up on 10 months since that happened, that it was, of course, a career-defining night, possibly for wrong reasons on the night.
So, I think for Ebanie to come from where she's come from, to travel what she did, take a fight on 2 weeks' notice, right? You've got to give the, you know, she's earned her chops, and she'll be back, and there'll be a lot of interest. There'll be a lot of interest in it.
Yeah. Well, now we don't know. I mean, we know that Shannon Courtenay is going to go take on Rachel Ball. So, but overall, you were impressed with Ebanie Bridges? You know, like, did she answer questions for you?
Oh, she answered a lot of questions. Yes, she can fight. Yes, she can bang.
She got a chin. She didn't go down.
No, she didn't go down. She needs to work on her speed a little. If she was a little bit quicker, I think she would have got it. Because and she needs a bit more powerful. Because Shannon was hitting her with power shots. You know, every time Shannon hit her, she, you know, Ebanie can take a punch. I mean, she did a phenomenal job. I mean, yes, it was clearly, you know, she was clearly outboxed by Shannon.
Yeah.
But for the situation, it was really good. I was absolutely completely impressed.
So once
and she'll be back, I think. Big man.
Oh no! So once again, guys, please take your time out, like the video. We're at 152 right now. It'd be great if we can get to 200. Please subscribe. We're here for all the major fights, and as time goes on, we're going to be here for even more fights as we get the system down. So as you can see, we're doing live recaps, highlights, pretty much making sure we give you everything you need in a short time, not a 4, 5, 6, 7 hour stream. So I am going to be back later on tonight for the Boots Ennis versus Sergey Limpinet's entire card, because if you watch that with us, you'll see what we're doing with it. So Big J, you know, give your report card on Ebanie Bridges. You know, okay, I tell you what was your report card for her before fight week, and what is it now? From an A to F.
Well, she's definitely a B+ fighter. You know, she's definitely a solid B fighter. Is she an A+ fighter? No, because if she was A, she would have won. But, you know, Ebanie knows what she's doing. She knows how to sell a fight, and she can actually back it up, right?
Yeah.
She didn't go down. She took a beating. She took it to Shannon, right? So, you know, even though she was beaten, you know, by Shannon, she's not at that level yet. But after give her 3 or 4 more fights where she can hone her craft, she's going to be she'll learn a lot from that loss. I mean, same with Shannon when she lost to Rachel Ball.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Look at the improvement.
The fans and the supporters in the chat, they're talking about a rematch. I think a rematch should happen at some point. But in my personal opinion, I think this is the perfect time to take Ebanie Bridges this next year and give her about, you know, try to get her 3 more fights this year.
Absolutely.
You know, but this time lower the competition, actually build her up. You know, and with the way the UK market is with her now, they should really use that to build her up.
That's exactly right. I mean, you know, she's going from club fighters to, you know, world title fights. So it was a pretty big jump. She did well, but it was a bridge too far.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, she was doing fantastic. But moving on to Shannon. Shannon will go on to fight Rachel Ball. And I just want to bring one thing up that Jesus fucking pisses me off when boxers go, "Oh, it's up to my management who I fight." Don't you get a say in who you want to have a fight? You're not a bloody soldier. Soldiers get told who they fight. Boxers should have a say. God, that pisses me off. Doesn't that shit you to tears when they go, "It's up to my team who I fight"?
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao was known for that. I talk to my promoter. It's up to my promoter. Like you don't have a say. It's a cop-out.
What are you?
what are you, some sort of fucking robot that does what they're told? I mean, that's what soldiers do. I know, I was one. But, you know, soldiers don't get much of a choice who they fight. But, fuck me, can't you just say, I want to fight this person next? It's like, whatever happened to that? Jesus, that shits me to tears.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, because all boxers do it, I'm not copping out on Shannon here. They all do it. Yeah, you watch any place fight. Oh, that's up to my team who I fight. Why? You're the one fighting. Don't boxers have any say in what they're going to do? No, jeez. Anyway.
All right, Big J. Yeah, listen, we got to get to the next fight. I'm going to tell the viewers. Thanks for watching. We will be back. The short version of this video will be out very, very soon, like within moments after this stream stops. And we're going to be back later on actually, Big J's going on vacation, but sometime later on, we're going to have a full recap and actually really, really talk about, this in more and more detail.